Welcome to the deep dive. It feels like we're constantly hearing about artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, video analytics. They often sound like these big, separate buzzwords, right?
Yeah, exciting, but maybe a bit disconnected sometimes in how people talk about them.
Exactly. But what if they're not isolated at all? What if they're actually this powerful, interconnected force that's, well, quietly rewiring businesses from the inside out?
Oh, it's absolutely happening. And the convergence, it creates something far more transformative than just the individual parts. We're really talking about using real-time data to unlock, unprecedented efficiency
And security, too.
and fortify security, definitely, plus radically enhance the customer experience. I mean, this isn't just an upgrade. It's more like a fundamental rethinking of how operations work.
Right. And our mission today is to cut through all that jargon, all the buzz, and really zero in on how this tech convergence is revolutionizing things for you. We want to unpack the why behind this shift and maybe what comes next.
Whether you're maybe a business leader looking to innovate or just really curious about where tech is heading.
Precisely.
And the sources we've looked at, they really highlight this rapid rise, but also, importantly, the pretty substantial challenges companies face putting it all together.
Yeah, the hurdles and also the strategic roadmaps businesses are actually using to, navigate those hurdles.
It's not always straightforward.
Definitely not. And just to give a sense of scale here, we're not talking small changes. The global market for these AI-powered IoT solutions, it's projected to just explode. Think USD 1.5 trillion by 2030.
Wow, that's huge.
It is. With a compound annual growth rate, a CGR of 28.4%. I mean, that kind of growth isn't just impressive. It signals a massive wave of potential, doesn't it?
It really does. $1.5 trillion. That makes you stop and think. So how is this potential being unlocked on the ground, I mean?
Good question. Let's dig into the power of AI, video analytics, and IoT in action. First up, AI-powered video analytics. Okay, imagine giving cameras not just eyes, but a brain. A brain that can actually understand what it sees.
Yeah, it moves way beyond just simple surveillance, right?
Totally. It's about pulling out deep, actionable insights from all that visual data. And with incredible precision. We're talking things like real-time anomaly detection, maybe catching unauthorized access, or seeing if equipment's malfunctioning.
Or even understanding customer behavior, optimizing workflows.
Exactly. And what's really transformative here is how it shifts businesses from just reacting to things to being proactive.
Right. Take retail. That's a classic example. AI video analytics can meticulously track foot traffic patterns, measure how long people linger near certain products, pinpoint peak shopping hours,
Right.
stuff like that.
And it works.
Oh, yeah. This isn't just theory. We saw one major U.S. retailer. They actually boosted sales by 15% just by optimizing their store layouts based on this kind of customer movement data.
15%. That's significant. It's like having X-ray vision into how shoppers behave.
It really is. And what's fascinating, too, is where this processing happens. Eric Simone, he's the founder and CEO of Clearblade, he talks about putting enterprise-grade AI right at the edge on your terms.
Edge computing.
Yeah.
So processing locally.
Exactly. Processing sensitive visual data right there where it's collected. That cuts down latency, delays, and it really enhances privacy because you're not sending everything up to the cloud.
Makes sense. And it's not just retail, is it?
Oh, not at all. Think manufacturing, monitoring assembly lines, catching tiny defects human eyes might miss. Huge for quality control.
And healthcare.
Critical there, too. Patient monitoring, checking safety compliance, it directly impacts patient well-being. And the market shows this versatility. Video analytics alone is set to grow from, around $8.9 billion in 2025 to over $25 billion by 2030.
Wow. Okay, so you take that visual intelligence and you fuse it with the constant data streams from the Internet of Things. What happens then?
Well, that's where the synergy really kicks in. It makes whole operations smarter, much more efficient. Your IoT devices, all those sensors, cameras, they're just generating torrents of data constantly.
Right. Nonstop.
And AI models then become the intelligent interpreters. They analyze that data for everything from, say, predicting when a machine might fail,
Predictive maintenance, yeah.
to fine-tuning supply chain logistics, even optimizing energy use.
So what's a concrete example of that synergy?
Well, a smart factory is a great one. They combine IoT sensors with AI to predict equipment failures before they happen. That alone can slash unplanned downtime by up to 30%. Think about the savings there.
Huge. But does this only work for the big players?
That's the interesting part. It used to be that way, but this synergy is actually leveling the playing field. Even small and medium-sized businesses, SMBs, can now access these kinds of powerful tools through affordable cloud-based
So
platforms.
they get the same capabilities that used to be just for the big corporations?
Pretty much, it allows them to compete much more effectively. It's quite democratizing, actually.
Okay, that sounds amazing, but it can't be that easy, right? Integrating all this tech, there must be roadblocks.
Oh, absolutely. Despite the potential, it's definitely not always a smooth ride. Businesses hit some significant hurdles. One of the biggest, data silos.
Right, where information is just stuck in different places.
Exactly. Crucial info from different devices or departments stored in isolation. Like having puzzle pieces in separate boxes, you can't see the whole picture. It really limits the insights you could get by combining it all.
And then there's getting different devices to even talk to each other.
That's another major one. Interoperability issues. As one source, Imagination put it, the myriad of IoT gadgets makes universal compatibility virtually impossible. So many vendors, different protocols, they just don't speak the same language out of the box.
So it creates fragmented systems.
Precisely, which complicates pulling data together and analyzing it. Plus, you still have connectivity gaps, especially in remote or industrial areas, and often old legacy infrastructure that's really hard and expensive to upgrade. That holds things back too.
Okay, so that sounds like a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
How do companies get around that? This is where edge computing comes in more strongly, I guess.
Exactly. Edge computing is emerging as a really pivotal solution here. You see, traditional cloud computing, powerful as it is, can struggle with the sheer amount and speed of data from billions of IoT devices.
Right. Sending everything to the cloud takes time, uses bandwidth.
It creates delays, latency, and racks up bandwidth costs quickly. The answer is to process data closer to where it's generated,
So right on the device,
or nearby.
either on the device itself or maybe at a local gateway or a nearby server. That's edge computing.
Yeah.
Its main benefit is drastically cutting bandwidth use and latency.
Which is critical for, well, anything needing real-time response, right?
Absolutely critical. Things like autonomous vehicles, complex industrial automation, security surveillance, anywhere milliseconds count.
Can you give an example?
Sure, think about a smart city. Edge nodes, little local computers basically, could analyze video from traffic cameras. They spot an accident or congestion instantly.
And then what? And then immediately trigger adjustments to traffic signals. No waiting for data to go to a distant cloud and back. This is super valuable, where bandwidth is limited to, like an oil rig or a big farm field where internet might be patchy.
It's like giving every sensor its own mini brain for quick decisions.
That's a good way to put it. And stepping back a bit, things like standardized platforms, AWS IoT Greengrass, Microsoft Azure IoT Hub, and open standards like MQTT.
What's MQTT?
Oh, sorry. It's a lightweight messaging protocol, really common for IoT, and OPC UA, another standard for industrial data exchange. These things are helping smooth out communication and interoperability. They help businesses scale things up more easily.
So the industry is moving towards solving these connection problems.
Definitely. And it's catching on fast. The edge computing market itself, projected to jump from around $15.8 billion in 2025 to over $43 billion by 2030. That shows how important it's becoming.
And edge helps with privacy too, right? Because less data is flying around.
Exactly. It inherently enhances data privacy and security by keeping more data local. Plus, it makes systems more resilient if the main network goes down, and this is all going to accelerate even more with 5G rolling out globally. We're moving towards truly distributed intelligence.
Okay, that makes sense. But processing data locally, millions of connected devices, that brings us to a really critical question. Security. How do we secure this massively connected world?
That's the million-dollar question, or rather the multi-million-dollar question, given the costs involved. As businesses roll out more AI and IoT, robust security isn't just important, it's absolutely paramount.
Because the attack surface just gets huge.
Vastly bigger.
Oh.
Systems spanning millions of devices, multiple locations. You're basically creating many more potential entry points for attackers. The stakes get really high.
How high?
Well, estimates for 2025 put the average cost of a data breach at around USD 4.45 million. And IoT-related incidents, they're contributing to a 15% rise in those costs compared to just traditional IT breaches.
Wow. Are these incidents common?
It seems so. A recent survey found 62% of organizations had at least one IoT-related security incident in the past year, and 40% of those blamed weak access controls.
So basic security hygiene is still tripping people up.
Often, yes. And what's tricky now is the explosion of non-human identities, the devices themselves, APIs connecting systems. These create new vulnerabilities. Even AI itself isn't foolproof. We're seeing more concern about adversarial attacks.
What are those?
It's where someone crafts subtle, malicious inputs designed specifically to trick a machine learning model into making a bad decision, like fooling an image recognition system.
Okay, so the risks are serious and evolving. What are the strategies then? How do you build robust security for this?
It requires multiple layers. Essential mitigation techniques include really secure networking practices, things like encryption everywhere, secure boot on devices to make sure they haven't been tampered with.
And updates.
Yeah.
Keeping firmware current must be vital.
Absolutely crucial. Regular firmware updates for all IoT devices. Then there's continuous monitoring, ideally using AI itself to spot anomalies, suspicious activity, often before a human would notice.
You mentioned access controls earlier.
Yes, and a key strategy gaining a lot of traction is using zero trust architectures.
Zero trust. What's the core idea?
It basically means moving away from the old idea of a secure network castle with a moat. Zero trust operates on the principle of never trust, always verify.
So you check everything, every time.
Pretty much. Every user, every device, every application trying to access something gets continuously authenticated and authorized no matter where it is. It drastically shrinks the potential attack surface.
Seems like a necessary shift.
It really is. And the market reflects that need. The global IoT security market, expected to grow from about $20 billion in 2025 to nearly $53 billion by 2030. Stricter regulations are also pushing this growth.
Okay, let's make this more concrete. Where are we seeing the biggest real-world wins from combining AI, IoT, and video analytics?
Across many sectors. In healthcare, it's literally saving lives. Think IoT medical devices plus AI analytics monitoring patient vitals in real time.
So faster alerts for emergencies.
Exactly. Reducing response times by as much as 25%. And then video analytics can track patient movements, helping prevent dangerous falls.
That's incredibly valuable. What about manufacturing?
Huge impact there, too. We mentioned predictive maintenance reducing downtime by up to 30%. One big automotive supplier, they reported saving USD 12 million a year with that.
12 million.
Yeah. And video analytics for quality control. It's identifying defects about 40% better than just manual inspections. It shifts operations from reaction to real precision.
Okay. Healthcare, manufacturing. What else?
Transportation and logistics are seeing massive benefits. Companies like UPS, they've reported cutting fuel costs by 10% just through better route optimization, all driven by IoT tracking and AI intelligence.
10% fuel saving across a fleet like UPS is enormous.
It really adds up. And back in retail, where we started, by 2025, something like 70% of large retailers are expected to be using video analytics. Not just for catching shoplifters, but also for improving the customer experience.
And loss prevention still matters.
Oh, yeah. One global chain actually cut shoplifting incidents by 18% using AI that analyzed shopper behavior patterns.
Okay, so the impact is clearly there, across the board. What does this point towards for the future? What's next?
Well, all this points to a clear strategic imperative, making integration seamless. The focus is really shifting towards scalable, interoperable platforms that can truly adapt as business needs change.
So less piecemeal, more holistic.
Exactly. And what's really exciting is the rise of what are called AIoT platforms. These combine edge processing, that local computing power, with cloud intelligence natively.
And what does that enable?
Really sophisticated new applications. Like, imagine autonomous drones flying around a warehouse doing inventory checks automatically. Hyper efficient.
Okay, that's pretty futuristic. But what about the people side?
Crucial point. It's not just about the tech. It's the human element, too. Investing in workforce training is going to be absolutely critical.
Why is that?
The World Economic Forum predicts that, get this, 50%, half, of the core skills needed in the workplace will change by 2027 because of these rapid tech advances. We need to prepare people.
Wow, 50%. That's a huge shift.
It is. And interestingly, sustainability is also becoming a big driver for innovation here.
How so?
IoT sensors will play a massive role in optimizing energy use in smart buildings. The potential is there to cut carbon emissions by maybe 15% in corporate facilities alone, so there's a direct environmental benefit, too.
So it's efficiency, security, experience, and sustainability.
Exactly. It all comes together, which means, really, that embracing a proactive approach, collaborating, adopting those open standards we talked about, and rigorously prioritizing security, that's going to be the key to competitive advantage.
So it's not really an option anymore.
Not really. The integration of AI, video analytics, and IoT, it's becoming a strategic imperative. It's going to redefine what operational success looks like in pretty much every industry.
Wow, what a journey through the real cutting edge of enterprise technology today.
Mm.
We've seen how AI, IoT, and video analytics aren't just buzzwords anymore, are they?
Not at all. They're powerful, intertwined tools that are truly redefining operational success everywhere, boosting sales, enhancing safety, even saving lives, as we saw.
It really is a fundamental shift, isn't it? How businesses operate, creating a smarter, more responsive world.
It is, and it's ongoing, constantly evolving.
So here's a final thought for you to ponder. Beyond just optimizing current processes, beyond improving security, how might this relentless convergence of real-time data and intelligent automation fundamentally reshape our daily lives, the way we interact with businesses, with our environment, maybe in ways we haven't even fully imagined yet? Something to think about as you navigate your increasingly connected world.